Hey there, gang. It is Kim George here from Your Chic Geek, and I want to welcome you to a brand spanking new video. So, this is going to be an audio video here today, but hopefully, this will help you guys for those of you who are struggling with this aspect of publishing. So, again, just going to be an audio, and I'm just going to be outlining some things that you can do. And this is for those of you who are having issues with selling journals. Okay, you haven't made any sales. So, before we dive in, I would love for you guys to please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and all of that good stuff. And so, we're going to go ahead and actually, before we dive off into the video, if you guys are interested in learning more about how to build a book brand and a product line to sell more books on KDP, this is a strategy that I have used to help make six figures as a side hustle with this platform. You can definitely head over to check out From Publish to Profit. And then also I have some freebies as well. One is a swipe file and list of some book ideas, over 200 of them that you can publish and sell. So you can click the link below to find that. And I have a free masterclass as well that outlines the 3 steps that have helped me to earn over 170K and counting with publishing low and medium content books on KDP. So all of that is going to be in the link below, but let's go ahead and dive off into this video because I kind of want to make this as quick as I can for you guys. So what I wanted to do was outline a the top 5 reasons specifically for journals, because I know this is where I got my start. And if this is for you, if you have journals that you have published on KDP and you're just not getting sales, we're going to take a look at the top 5 reasons why that is probably happening for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's jump into these reasons of why your journal isn't selling. Number 1 is going to be probably because your cover design is not compelling enough, or it's not causing people to click on it. So your cover is the first thing that people see. And so as an example, if you have a cover that looks really just kind of cluttered, or if it's just something that's just not jumping off of the page, if it's boring, or if it's not well designed and it looks kind of, kind of makes you kind of cringe when you look at it, then, or anyone else that looks at it, that is something that is causing your journals not to sell. Because as with anything else on KDP, especially from a book perspective, your cover is, again, going to be the first thing that people see. And if your cover is not engaging, or if it's not visually appealing to people and it's not causing people to click it, then they're just going to skip over and go on to something else. So what you can do is, if you are struggling with journal sales and maybe you think it's a cover design issue, then what I would recommend you do is to look at some of the best selling journals that are in the niche that you are targeting. Look at the designs, look at things that you can do to improve your design based on some of the best sellers. Now, if you struggle with DIY design and you're just not a good designer, I can tell you that one of the things that has helped me is AI. I know a lot of people kind of frown at it, but I don't. It's a really great tool, especially if you're not good with design. So I have a couple of courses and a couple of resources you can check out. One is Easy AI Low Content Book Design, and then the other is the Book Cover Design Bootcamp. So all of those are over on my website if you want to check those out. And they are under the courses tab over on Your Chic Geek. So you can head over to check those out in case you are interested and you're struggling with designing your book covers. All right, so number 2 is you have not called out who your journal is for. I had to learn this. Generic journals are going to appeal to everyone, and they're not going to appeal to anyone at the same time, if that makes sense. So whenever someone is looking for a specific product to buy, they want to feel like that product was made for them. And so this is one of the things that I have definitely seen with journals being just too generic. And so the solution for this is to call out a specific person that you want to target, or our specific target audience. So it may be, moms, it may be stay-at-home moms, it may be a gratitude journal for kids or a gratitude journal for men. You really just want to be as specific as you possibly can, so that when people, again, are looking for products on KDP and they find yours, it's going to speak directly to a specific person. So that is something to think about. All right, so tip number 3 is that your title is probably, here again, a little too generic. And again, I've seen this time and time again where it's just, as an example, a gratitude journal. But a gratitude journal for who? A gratitude journal that's going to help a specific person do what? So this is something you want to think about. So your titles, you want them to be focused. You want them to be, again, specific to a type of person that you want to target. And you want your title to clearly communicate the purpose and what it is going to help someone accomplish. Okay. So as an example, if I were doing a gratitude journal, and maybe I can do a gratitude journal for kids ages, I don't know, 3 through 5, to help them, understand happiness, gratitude, and live a better and a more positive life. Now, there's a better title that I can definitely give that, but you just kind of see where I'm going, right? I'm specifically targeting children ages 3 to 5, and I'm creating a gratitude journal to help them become more positive and grateful for the life that they are living, et cetera, et cetera. So you see how that's way more specific than just gratitude journal. And then for kids, like there's nothing really to that. So specificity sells, okay? If that's something that you can get away or take away from this video. All right, so tip number 4 is people can't find it on Amazon. So whenever somebody is struggling to find your products, or your products are not showing up in the Amazon search or whatever the case is, then this can typically mean that there is an issue with maybe your back-end keywords, or you don't have a strong title that calls out that specific person, or that is calling out a specific type of person. Here again, going back to tip number 3, or you don't have ads running to the book. But most of the time it is because you don't have any kind of keywords or anything that are specifically tied to the book that you are selling in your back end keywords. These are those hidden keywords that people cannot see. But if you're targeting, or if you're going after a specific niche and you want your book to come up, and you're not running ads, then this is probably one of the best things that you can do to kind of help your book hopefully get found in the search, aside from running ads to push it out there as well. So keywords, this is really important. You want to make sure that you have great back-end keywords. There's 7 that are in there. Now, there are some tools that can help you with this. I know that Corvin Van Stone over at Self-Publishing Titans has a specific tool that you can use to help you find back-end keywords. So you can check out his tools. He's over again at Self-Publishing Titans, but he has a tool that helps you with that. And then you can actually go in and you can go to the Amazon search and find things, or find keywords to add on your own. And this is actually something else that I cover in my course From Publish to Profit. I help you guys figure out how to find keywords to put into your backend and how to use AI to do it, because that is another way that you can find them as well. So the solution here, again, is to do your keyword research, and you want to use all of the fields that you can in the back ends of your books to, put those keywords back there to hopefully help you get found in the Amazon search. All right. And so tip number 5, and the last tip that I'll leave you guys with, is your description is just not doing a good job of converting people into a sale. So I have seen a lot of descriptions that leave a lot to be desired. You want to think of your description and your book description, guys, as a little mini sales letter. So why do you want people to buy this book? How is it going to help them? How is it going to serve and benefit them? These are things that you want to consider when people are coming in to look at your book. So readers need to understand why your journal is worth it, why your journal is going to be helpful to them, what you have included in your journal, and so on and so forth. So the solution to this is to create a book description or a journal description that is benefit driven, that highlights all of the features that you have in the book. You want to add bullet points to your description to highlight those features. And you want to make your book description or your journal description easy to skim through, easy to read. And you want to call out, again, who this is for, how this is going to help them, and so on and so forth. So again, I love to use AI to help me write my descriptions. This is something, again, that I do cover in my course, but it's pretty easy to do. And it just definitely helps crank out really great descriptions for journals, for notebooks, for planners, whatever it is that you're selling in minutes, given that you give it the right information. Okay, so that is what I like to do. And the last bonus tip that I'll leave with you guys is not using A plus content. Guys, I am still surprised to see when I go and look at certain books on KDP that there are still a number of people that are not using A plus content to their advantage. So if you're not familiar with what A plus content is, this is basically a free marketing feature and a free resource that we all get access to over on Amazon. And this just basically allows you to showcase your book. It allows you to highlight specific features of your book in visual form. It allows you to basically, it gives you a way to show people using your books. I mean, the whole 9 yards. And so I'm really surprised, again, when I'm coaching and I'm looking at books and I'm seeing that people are not using and taking advantage of A plus content. Now, I have covered this extensively on how to create A plus content. I have a video here on YouTube that shows you how to create it DIY style using Canva. And then now I have going on to use AI to create A plus content. I know that Danny from Danny on Demand has a great video that shows you guys how to do this. I cover it in my course where you also get access to some pre-done templates for you. But this is a feature that you definitely want to take advantage of, because a while back, Amazon took away the ISBN numbers that we used to have access to for publishing our journals. And so now when you publish them, you only get access to an ASIN number, which is just an identifier, which does not give you access to, or used to give us access to when we were using the ISBN numbers, the look inside feature. So we don't get that anymore, but you do get A plus content, which is even better. So if you guys are not using A plus content, I challenge you guys to get out there and go and do it and to go and create it. It is free to use. And again, with Q4 right around the corner, this is a great opportunity to get out there and start using this A plus content to create pictures and to create images to really encourage people to buy your products. So that is the last tip that I would highly recommend that you use. Now, again, a solution, if you're not good with, DIY and you don't want to do your A plus content by hand, is again, you can use AI to create your A plus content, or you can even go on a Fiverr and hire somebody to do the A plus content for you. But either way, you definitely want to use this feature to your advantage to better position your books for sales and to, again, convert more people with the way that you set it up to buy your book. So definitely wanted to point that out. But this definitely rounds out the top list of tips that I will leave you guys as far as if you are struggling with getting those journal sales. So I would love to know from this list, which one of these are you guys going to implement? Which ones are you already implementing? Or what has helped you go from no sales to making sales with journals or selling your journals on KDP? So I would love for you guys to leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.